Look at us being all fancy with our angles and lighting. Hi, I'm back. I'm probably going to do a video explaining everything, but it's been craziness for a few months now. Um, but hi, we're back and we're doing the Awren's Tarot Tag 15. We've got 15 questions. um, yeah, and she's doing some sort of a drawing, I think, but I'm just trying to get back into YouTube. Other video will probably explain that. So, what is your favorite deck? It's this one. It's the Golden Tarot by Cat Black. I'm pretty sure. I probably should have remembered what it was before I started this. If not, I'll just write something down in the bottom. But Golden Tarot, I'm not pretty sure it's not the Gilded Tarot. Yeah, we're just gonna go with it. I don't really feel like editing this video. Also, this links to like one of the later ones, which is this is the only deck I have. This is a deck I've loved. I bought it back in 2013. After it was an interesting time. So, quick little story about how I got on tarot is that there used to be a Wicca witchcraft shop up in North Conway, New Hampshire, and it had been there for years apparently. So one day we went there and like went in and someone got a reading. So this is more context. This is I worked at God Camp, I say, because Jesus Camp makes you think of that really scary documentary. We weren't like that, but you'd have a day off once a week, and you would have like adventures pretty much, and it was like who can do the craziest thing. Problem being that there's not a lot up there. Like one of the kids that worked there was like in the area, and I remember last summer I asked him, I'm just like, hey Nate, what can I really do around here? And he's like, actually not much. It's like, okay, so it's like, that's why we're always in North Conway. But North Conway has, I think it's the shops at Norcross or something like that. But there's this part on 16 North that is just all shops. And what's now a like super fancy soap shop used to be a Wicca witchcraft shop. And so we went there, and I just at the time didn't understand what was going on, but like I felt like this embrace, like you're back, you're supposed to be doing this. I didn't get a reading, but I bought a tarot deck like as soon as I got home. I was on Amazon and bought it. This one, I'd looked at others, but didn't. None of them spoke to me. So there's this one, is what I got, and I love it. And yeah, it's been that way ever since. And that's a short origin story of how I got here. The sad thing is the shop closed like early 2014. So next summer when I came back, I specifically went there like I'm getting a reading because at the time I was chicken to get a reading. And in some ways I still kick myself for that because I'm like, she probably would have told me I should be doing this. Really, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, so that closed after like 13 years. And I remember I went into the soap shop and I'm like, hey, is the Wicca shop still around? She's like, oh no, she like moved and then closed, and she's been around for 13 years. It was kind of this thing because it was a staple. Now there's a rock shop up there that's also really cool. The guy's nice. There's kind of a Eastern shop, I guess is the best way to explain it, called World Magic Gifts. Also a really cool place, you can go in there. And there's a Native American shop called Sister Crow's, which is great. Star, I don't think you're watching this, but it was nice to have conversations with you. All those shops are great if you're ever up in the Lakes region of New Hampshire. That was a really long explanation for number one. What tarot card do you think stands for you now? Definitely Seven of Pentacles, or in this deck it's coins, because the Earth suit just has 47 different names. Yeah, because working really hard at this new job, and there's been overtime, and I've been essentially working every weekend, sometimes for a week straight. And it's like, I don't really care, it's not that wearing on me. I don't have much going on anywhere else in my life. plus like the Venus retrogrades in my 6th house. So it's like, this makes sense. It's nice to be making money, making big loan payments. Hey, post-college life. And also buying singing bowls. That'll be another video. Because we've already gotten sidetracked enough in that. So it's working hard and kind of reaping the rewards for it. Okay, number 3. What do you think? What card stands where you want to be? Maybe 10 of Cups. I don't know. It's like I have everything together. And it's not like anything's missing. And considering since pretty much the end of 2016 was me sliding back into depression. I don't know. It's not that I'm not content. I'm not just going to mumble in front of you. I'm not sure. And that's one of the things that like 2017 is teaching me right now. It's like, it's okay not to have a plan, because I had my life planned out for 10 years. And then the end of 2016 kind of destroyed that. So I don't know, and I'm okay with that. We're not putting labels on stuff. Draw a tarot card and ask the question, what does the universe want you to know right now? Wants me to shuffle. I don't bend my cards. I love Nico, but when he was doing it like casino style, like I was like, I can never do that. I kind of stack them up and then it explodes like this. Geez, if I'm ever going to be a professional, I should probably figure this out. Alright, a bunch exploded, but this one is on my leg, so we're going to go with you. It's the King of Coins. Yep. Also, Judgment came up. Okay. Was it just... It's draw a card. Sorry, breaking all the rules, Awren. So we've got Judgment and the King of Coins. Pretty much, it's like, I'm working hard at work. It's an engineering firm, and I didn't really go to school for engineering, and there is biotech stuff happening at the company. I'm just like, not sure if because a lot of people want to move to other projects, and I'm like, I don't know if it's worth it for me to just like stay here and work hard, and because I like what I'm doing. I just probably need to learn physics, and I've also been told picking up some computer coding would probably be good as well. So we're going to look into that. And then Judgment. So I'm not exactly sure if this would be like, whenever I have Judgment, I like other things around it. I'd probably want to pull more cards, but you know, it seems I'm passing the test and I'm being noticed that I'm working really hard and putting in a lot, because it's like, as I said, not much else is going on, so I'm fine with putting a lot into work. So I think I'm getting a reflection from the universe that is okay. We're good. That's what I should be doing right now. What is the card that you must love in order to work with the tarot deck? Not exactly sure. I have no strong opinions. What this deck is it's cards that are taken from medieval and Renaissance paintings and tapestries and like Photoshop collage, I think it is, together. So I really like the devil in this one. Here we are. Because it's that famous scene of like heaven, purgatory, and hell. But then there's other stuff in, like, I think that lady shows up sometimes. So it's beautiful in that way, and that's why I like it. It's based off the Rider-Waite / Rosa was the lady who drew him. She never gets the credit, and I think she should. System. So it's like that. Why tarot, not some other divination system? It was just the first thing I was exposed to, because that's like, there was like, does anyone want a tarot reading in the Wicca shop? So I guess it was the first thing. If it had been a rune reading, my practice may look very different. Although I'm picking up runes, still deciding. I know someone who like teaches a shamanic class about them, And it's just like, the time and money have just been a thing so far. It's just like, it's easier to make small payments each week because I'm still not really sure if mom's monitoring my bank account or not. Although with all the singing bowls, I haven't heard anything about that, so I don't know. What's the first book you can remember reading about tarot? Cassandra Clare's The Mortal Instruments. City of Bones? Is that the first one? First one in the series. Yeah, it's City of Bones. City of Glass, City of Glass. That series. There's a part where they go to someone who, like, is essentially a witch, but, like, not a witch in their universe. It's complicated. But she, like, does a reading for them, and Clary, the main character, pulls out the Ace of Cups, which is important for the series. You should read it. It's pretty good. Haven't gotten into the TV show. The movie was terrible. That series showed me that I was a true fanboy because I could never be pleased. So, there's that. What tarot person would you like to sit down and chat about tarot? I like chatting about it with Nico. Nico, we need to Skype again soon. But it's just interesting to see of how other people, their interpretations. Because the day I got let go at the one company that I worked at back in 2016, there was essentially a metaphysical shop in the mall that was like quite literally a stone's throw away. So I went there and like talked with the guy there, and he had a tarot that was based off of the life of Siddhartha Gautama Buddha, the Buddha. And it was interesting, and what I remember from it most is we were talking about card meanings. We were coming up with two different things, and so he brought up the Six of Cups and had this meaning. I can't remember what the meaning was, but I couldn't remember in my deck what the Six of Cups was because it was just so radically different from what mine was, which is like choices, options. It's basically how I read is like you have to have a good amount of cards because that's so you can get a story going. Tell about one YouTube tarot channel you watch and why. I mean, Nico's channels, I need to branch out, I know this. One of the reasons why I'm getting back onto YouTube is trying to make more friends. Yeah. Nico, and he has a whole channel just on his which is like a static channel of just interpretations to the cards. I forget what that's called. I haven't been to it in a while, but that's good. How many tarot decks do you have? Just this one. And it's like, I really like it, even though like the gold leaf is coming off the side. Actually, it looks a lot better in that shot. It's not top, yeah. You can kind of see it's going. Certain cards are like, the edges are kind of coming apart, and I like look at a little and like try to stick it back together. Like, I have honestly no idea what I'm going to do when this deck dies. I should just buy extra copies and just like, oh, you're, excuse me, you passed your prime. I don't know how I would dispose of it, because I don't think I'd want to burn these because they're plastic covered, and nor if I buried them would they break down. I don't know. We'll use this deck forever. No, I do have another tarot deck. That's right. I bought Aleister Crowley's Thoth Tarot. I didn't really like it. Well, the imagery is good, but what he did with the court cards confuses me. And then what the meanings that are like written on the cards for some of them are just like, not like diametrically opposite, but like not what I associate with them. So, yeah. They're beautiful. I just don't really know how. I just don't like things he did with it. So that's right, I do have two. I have no idea where that one is. For all I know, I left it at college, and some poor Catholic, rich Irish Catholic has found it. Because that was a crazy thing at college. You just find stuff that people left. Like, I found old Pokemon games. Good times. Do you mix Oracle and Tarot when you read? Not really. Sometimes I will. But then with me, it's like, I know what questions I asked tarot, what questions I asked the Jamie Sands medicine cards and whatnot. And I'm trying to figure out if there's like specific questions I should only shamanic journey for. So I'm coming to that. So it's just like, maybe no, but I don't know. Still evolving. We're not putting labels on it. Have you ever created your own tarot deck, card or deck? No. Really don't have a urge to do that. And there's a lot of decks already. Do you read for yourself? Yes, but I find myself strikingly, like, the cards won't be wrong in hindsight. It's just I won't want to believe them. And like, I always remember it was at the end of back when I was on track in college. I kept reading for myself, and I just kept getting death either upright or reversed, which is the whole thing was like I was leaving that part of my life and I wasn't really willing to. So yeah. What are your favorite questions to be asked when you're reading for someone else? When I was doing it at summer camp, like not with the kids, this was like a thing I would do for counselors and whatnot. I would like, normally people would be like, I don't know what to ask, so I'd do like the general like week overview readings. But when people were asking about like love life and it's like, how do I gain closure with it, those are the ones I liked. Also, I was doing this thing where I low power mode. It kept recording. Good. I do things where I'd like predict. I'd use it to like talk about people's past relationships, and so going into 15 were the craziest things. When the first time I did that, like, I can't remember her name, but it was a girl counselor and some of her other friends who were girl counselors. They were like freaking out. It's just like, you nailed the ex-boyfriend down to a T. So yeah, that's the tag. Glad to be back. Hopefully this video isn't too choppy with ums and then the low power mode, but Awren, thanks for a great tag.